Here is the other face of our inner Pluto, Pluto ascending, a shapeshifter. He rises from the underworld. As we begin our inner emergence from the underworld, we can tap the deepest recesses of our subconscious and let go of all that no longer supports, nurtures, or serves us. We have arrived at the gateway of transformation into a new way of viewing our lives. We have undergone a death of an old way of living. Rebirthed and regenerated, we are transformed, bringing about inner illumination, allowing our otherwise hidden wisdom to come forth. The function of this planet is to stimulate our desires towards spiritual enlightenment, bringing about our soul growth, often through challenging, painful experiences. Once the Lord of the underworld has torn open our hearts, the wisdom of Pluto ascending allows us to experience everything more deeply, blossoming empathic kinship with everyone who has suffered profound loss. Pluto spends the next 7 years in Sagittarius, the sign of the archer. We can access our inner Pluto in Sagittarius and create arrows of love and truth, rather than fear, releasing them to find their mark where they are most needed. Let us begin now to collect these arrows of love, which speak from our deepest and most powerful truths and suffering. Let us stand within ourselves more firmly. We may even learn to raise our vibrations enough to deflect the daggers of fear and distorted power that threaten to deceive and to control us. Each one of us can allow the hero within ourselves to be born, to emerge. Thus, transformation takes place. Let us now examine the innate characteristics and personality of Saturn as he travels through Gemini on the opposite side of the heavens until early 2003. Our inner Saturn is the master of structure and form in the material physical world. His response is to restrain and limit our expansion by consistently challenging our will and self-discipline. He tests our ability to go beyond our fears and limitations. Typically, Saturn has mastered saying, no, don't, wait, stop. His task is the uncovering of your limitations by telling you what you cannot do. He rules government and politics, defining the ground of our material existence and the concrete structures we live and work in. He works with gravity that keeps these structures up when all is well, and pulls them down when their time is up. He's not usually considered a force for change and often resists change. He's conservative, stubborn, even reactionary, and master at setting boundaries. He deals with your experience of underlying order and structure. He represents the principle of mechanical law, the order of the physical world. His energy changes you by shrinkage, making you smaller and harder. His Saturnian language of change, when combined with Pluto, may be called shrinking transformation. This shrinking transformation breaks down limiting structures, clearing the way for expansion and rebuilding. This applies equally to personal lives or the skyline of a great city. If you listen carefully to the whisper of your inner Saturn, you can avoid the deafening commands of Saturnian energy. He is the casting director who has inherited the conditioned script from your ancestral family and society, and unconsciously casts people in the movie of your life. The script tells you, this is the way it is. So you often cast unsuitable lovers, give birth to more children than you can handle, attract abusive bosses, work at a job you hate, etc., etc., etc. He becomes your inner reality police, casting an inner authority, dictating what you can and cannot do, usually copied from outer authority figures that you have forever believed to be true. Remember, only through breakdown can you break through. It is time to break down your false structures of authority and break through to your own true authority. You can do this by playing the role of accepting responsibility, questioning outer authority, and becoming the author of your own life.